Welcome back to The Last of Us Part 2. Oh, look at that, a cottage. Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Oh boy!
Christmas in July. Interesting. Okay, so wait. Okay, I don't think I know any of that.
Pedro, I said before. Remember, out here in Britain, they released Santa Claus the movie at Easter.
I don't think I know any of these people.
Scott McNeil, is that you?
No, Jova. That's actually a woman.
No. That's clearly Scott McNeil.
Scott McNeil?
No, wait. Yeah, that's a girl.
She doesn't even look anything like Scott McNeil. I don't know where you're even getting that from.
Okay, yeah. No. She looks like Scott McNeil, and I forget what age of his time, but yeah. Okay, now, folks, before you get into a tiffy, she's not transgender. So, me pointing out the masculinity has nothing to do with that. I will say this, though. It's like a lot of people have said, the way this character is built doesn't even make sense. Like, I mean, okay, there's bodybuilding, but then there's literally just... she looks like a... Let me put it this. She looks like a guy with a girl's head attached, essentially.
Jova, there is such a thing as muscly women. You know?
No, that's the problem.
Have you seen female Olympians at all? Like
that's the thing, Shiroi. Like, and there's even someone who brought this up. Like, if you check, the problem is her arms. Her arms are too long because if you check, if you go on Google Images and check, Olympian women and stuff like that. Her arms are too long because how women have body shapes that are slightly different. Basically, if you check actual photos of muscle women, and keep in mind, I have nothing against muscle women. That's not the problem. I'm just saying that the character design. It's just that the character design feels unrealistic and off. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Sure, let me put it this. Even female bodybuilders who have played this game have critiqued how this character's physique is because it just doesn't really make sense. Look, I have nothing wrong with muscly women. Hell, I'm a comic book fan. There are plenty of muscular women in there.
Everyone is muscly in those.
I will say this though, Shiroi. Here's the thing: another big problem is the inconsistency. Why? Because we're going to learn later on. This doesn't spoil anything. We're going to learn later, Shiroi, that the reason she's this buff is because she's been practicing on a gym constantly for 4 years. Here's the problem. Here's the problem, Shiroi. All of the other people working at that same gym don't look nearly as buff as her. She's the only one who looks buff.
Maybe she lives there. Like, she just eats, sleeps, and breathes in this gym, and that's why she's more muscly than the rest of them.
I mean, geez, guys, it's almost like we're in the apocalypse where, that amount of protein isn't really that easy to come by.
And yes, let's address this right now. She's voiced by Laura Bailey. Anyway, this is Abby. This is her, one of her friends called Owen. They're here for some reason, we don't know yet. And Owen here wants to show Abby something. Let's see.
Oh boy, Owen may be breaking up with Mel.
Joe, but you're getting a bit ahead of yourself. We haven't even met yet. We haven't met Mel yet.
No, Pedro. The subtitles literally mention that.
Oh, okay. Also, I think someone is playing at your door or something. Anyway, go ahead.
Does it say how long she's been on this revenge trail for? How long has she been preparing for this?
For 4 months, actually, because she found the lead to whoever she's looking for 4 months ago. I know this because I've already finished the entire game, so I know the story.
Okay, then that makes even less sense then, because, I could understand her being this buff compared to the rest if, she's been training for this for years.
Shiroi, that's the thing, Shiroi. Technically, she started coming to this place 4 months ago, but technically, her revenge quest started 4 years ago. That's the thing, because
I'm just trying to gauge how long she might have been working out.
We know that, Shiroi. We know that, Shiroi, for 4 years, because later on, we're going to see a flashback of her when she was around Ellie's age, before she got this buff. So we know this.
I do need to point out an issue, though. It's the apocalypse here. Here's the thing people don't get about exercise. Sure, exercise is good, but there does come a point where exercise is just more taxing than actually productive for your body, unless you have the proper sufficient.
That's why you have personal trainers.
Diets and such, yes.
Yeah, like, I mean, hence how Hugh Jackman became ripped, or how Chris Pratt went from being, kind of chubby to pretty muscular.
Guys. Apparently they're looking for someone in Jackson, aka the settlement where Joey and Ellie live.
I wonder who they could be looking for.
Okay.
I would like to say, just for the sake of the audience, there are cases where too much exercise and little of anything else is actually very detrimental to your health. So this makes no sense.
No, this is the thing, sure. I wouldn't even mind it so much if again everybody in her settlement, and we're going to see her settlement later, at the best there were more buff people there, but no, she's the. I mean, we even see people in the gym working out, and they don't look nearly as buff as her. Okay, allow me, because Naughty Dog actually did explain this. According to Naughty Dog, they want to depict women in non-stereotypical, they want diversity in how they portray women characters. And again, I have absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you want to have a muscle woman in the game, by all means, have a muscle woman in the game. I don't care. I just want them to properly do the research and make sure that her physique makes sense in this setting.
It probably doesn't help that Neil Druckmann has cited Anita Sarkeesian as part of his inspiration for this game.
Yeah, that too.
Never mind the fact that Miss Sarkeesian is so irrelevant these days.
She supervised. Hell. The entire thing about her being buff was probably Anita's idea, because remember, Anita has a terrible problem with how women are portrayed in video games, according to her. So because she doesn't like how women always have she's saying, they're always depicting them in stereotypical manners with big boobs and stuff like that. She's always complaining about that stuff like that in her videos. I wouldn't be surprised if the way Abby's designed is supervised by Anita Sarkeesian.
So
if she's not listed on anything, that's a no.
Look, okay, there's a fine line between, muscular women to, this is just someone who doesn't want to look feminine at all. And mind you, I have no issues with a woman who doesn't want to be feminine, but if it feels like it's literally the writers trying more than the actual character, we've got a problem. This doesn't feel like Abby's choices. This feels more like the writers' choices for her.
Okay.
Well, we know it's her choice because of the story, but the problem is the execution seems to be poor.
Well, Jiro, don't worry. We can bring this up later when you actually see those flashbacks for yourself.
Okay. For the sake of argument, let's pretend that the plot twist wasn't leaked, or hell, even guessed without the leaks. So let me talk about how this feels clumsy.
I'm sorry,
from a
Jova.
narrative.
I'm feeling a bit woozy. Oh.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry. It seems like Abby died. Oh well. Okay, that's the end of her story.
Using a health kit takes time, especially when they're dead.
All right. I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, that pretty much sums up how I feel about you.
Oops. Looks like
sorry.
I'm sorry, guys. I think I lost my balance.
Yeah.
Pedro, I get the feeling you don't really like this individual.
Oh, good. So what could possibly give you that impression?
I feel like that was an accident.
Okay. You know what? Sorry, Joa, but there is no honor among thieves when I'm the thief. This was a request. What I'm doing right now was a request from Jova. There you go.
Oh, really?
Trust me, guys. By the end of this game, you'll be thanking me.
Okay, so to get back to the story, though. Okay, so to recap what they were talking about. So Abby is trying to hunt down someone from Jackson. Owen, however, saying Mel is pregnant. Who's Mel? It's Owen's girlfriend. So and they're part of the group that came here with Abby to Jackson. So because that's now there's a pregnant woman who could possibly get herself in danger because of all this. Owen is having second thoughts about this whole thing. Because as he said, I want what you want, Abby, but not at all cost. And Abby's like, okay, fuck it, I'll just do this on my own then.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Don't worry, Jova. We'll have plenty of time to talk about Abby.
Okay. Like I said, let's pretend that the twist wasn't leaked and spoiled or hell. Let's also pretend that what's coming isn't highly predictable. Can I talk about how, from a narrative standpoint, just introducing a new character out of the blue feels kind of clumsy? Okay, I don't know.
Again, Metal Gear Solid 2 did this, but Metal Gear Solid 2 did it for a purpose that fit with the themes of the story. This, however, there was no real reason to pull this, bait and switch on us. Really, it's just done because I guess it's bold or something.
Okay. Let's pretend that, they actually had a good idea in mind. Comparing this to Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 2 made sense when you started playing as Raiden because, well, for plot reasons, let's just say that, Snake was kind of out of the limelight for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here, hell, introducing Abby kind of just comes out of nowhere. Oh, snap. The undead are surprisingly really good at hiding all of a sudden.
Oh, trust me, Jova. I'll get back to you on that. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It seems like Abby was too weak to fight off that infected. Oh, well.
With those muscles? I don't believe you.
But yeah, introducing Abby out of nowhere just feels clumsy. And yeah, like I said, conveniently, the dead now are very good at camouflaging and learning, even though they were supposed to be brain dead as per the virus.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They're essentially zombies, so it makes no sense.
That zombie is incredibly strong. You can take down Abby just like that, right?
Well, that is part of what the virus does do.
Was this also you, Jova?
Okay.
Yeah, this is reminding me a lot of when I did that playthrough of WWE and basically made a CAW of Lightning just so that Shirai could beat her up.
Okay, basically, Shirai, I just requested that Pedro die in as many creative ways as he could.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I didn't decide how many times each death should occur, but I'm leaving that up to him.
The problem is, Jova, there's not that many creative ways you can come up with. It's mostly just either killed by an infected or killed by an actual soldier, and that's basically it, really.
Believe it or not,
or falling from a cliff like I did earlier. There's not that much room to work with, really.
Believe it or not, Shirai and Dweebs, compilations of Abby's deaths tend to make for quite popular videos on YouTube these days. I can't imagine why.
All right. Let's actually... Okay, again, we can talk about why we hate Abby later, because it's not even just because of what she does in part 4 of this playthrough. It's more so because of... Let's just say I have other problems.
Oh, we all do. Trust me. Look. What she does in part 4 is not even the main reason I asked for Pedro to get her killed off in many ways. No. If all she did in part 4 was that and she got better, I'd be fine with her as a character. But no, it's how the entire game runs with her.
Well, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, Joe. She technically does get better. The problem is the way it's done.
When I say better, I mean legit better, not the writers trying to force feed a narrative onto us.
Well, sorry, Jova, but that's the name of the game. Oh, look at that. An infected crawling. Interesting. Anyway, allow me to talk about this. This is a new gameplay feature of the game. Going prone. Taking a cue from Metal Gear Solid. About time, guys, you put in crawling, a feature that Metal Gear 2 in 1990 had, but whatever. Basically, going prone allows you to go even quieter and makes it even harder for enemies to spot you. So it works basically just like the crawling in Metal Gear Solid, really. It works basically the exact same way.
All right. One thing that was going on in the lead up to this game that I wanted to address was, people's reactions. It's like you guys mentioned, people's reactions to Abby's character design. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure I don't know if people legitimately got mixed up with another character or what. But I don't know. People thought Abby was trans.
Okay.
No, it's just stupid people on the internet assuming things, really.
To be fair, that was a mix-up in the leaks, mind you. There is a transgender character, but it's not Abby. A lot of people thought Abby was the transgender character because, like I said, she literally looks like a girl's head with a man's body on.
No, actually, that's not why. If I may, because this is actually a huge problem in the video game community, is that like a large proportion of the male gamer base tends to not like women who want to appear as anything less than feminine. And by that I mean the weeb shit.
Oh,
like
God,
they don't like anything that appears anything less than that, because the women are like, they have an agenda or they hate femininity or blah de blah de blah. So the idea of a woman who is built like a tank is terrifying to these men for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand where it even comes from, and you could see it in the comments when the leaks came out. It's like, I don't understand why people are so afraid of women that don't look like Barbie dolls. I don't understand.
That was stuff like that, among other things, was my least favorite thing about the build up to the game's release.
Sure.
Because you were trying to find legitimate criticism, but then what you ended up getting was a bunch of misogynistic transphobia.
You don't know, you guys don't know how nauseating it was to go through comment sections on bits of news that were released about the game, trying to find something that was either, trying to find a comment that was legitimately critiquing stuff about the game, but all I got for the most part was bloody transphobic and homophobic garbage.
Well, that's just how the internet is.
People wonder why developers don't take gamers seriously most of the time.
Well, okay, but that's no excuse, because there are still people who give legit criticisms here, and trust me, Dwibs, developers should not abuse that just because, you have
to be. Yeah, but I can. I mean, in some ways, I can feel for developers sometimes, because I'm pretty sure the majority of them want to hear what fans think of how the game's coming along and how things can be improved and stuff. But having to wait for a bunch of bullshit is taxing.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. That said, they still do owe it to the people who do give legit criticism to pay mind to that, though.
Oh, they do. It's just hard to find said criticism because everyone else is just very loud.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sheree, going off of what you said, though, I'd say it was a mix of what I said and what you said, because, yes, I won't deny, there were transphobic people out there, but for the people who were legit, a lot of people may have thought Abby was the transgender because, again, I'm not trying to be offensive, but she kind of looks like literally a girl's head on a man's body. And mind you, even female bodybuilders have said that her body structure doesn't make sense. Like I said, I have no problem with a woman who's muscular and athletic. Hell, I'm a fan of Gal Gadot is pretty much that right down to a T, mind you. But okay, even more muscular here. Again, female bodybuilders are a thing and all that here and there. What I'm saying is that Abby's body structure just doesn't make any sense. But you know what? Fine. For the sake of argument, let's say that she does look like that just because. Her character doesn't do her any favors.
Oh, trust me, if she was a natural good character, I wouldn't even give a crap.
What about this? The whole body structure thing, that is just icing on the cake.
The way she... No, I can tell you, as far as I'm concerned, the way she looks is the least of her problems. I have a problem with her personality, and let's just say I don't like her quote-unquote character arc, if you can even call it the character arc, but I'm getting ahead of myself.
I'll just say this. The gaming journalism site that tried to say, gamers aren't ready for muscular women, really have something else coming for them.
It's like they never heard of Chun-Li before.
Yeah.
I know, right? Chun-Li, Juri Han... Oh, God, so many other examples to go. Yeah, even Lara Croft. Like, okay, look, for as much as people may not have been fond of the...
Hell, for as crap of a character as she is, Lightning can be kind of considered a character like that. She's not very feminine, even.
She does have muscles.
Yeah, not just that, Shiro. Not just that, Shiro. Like, even the way she acts and the overall way she moves, like it doesn't scream girl in any big way, in the same way that her sister Sarah does. You know what I mean?
Hell, Ava from Chrono Trigger, anyone?
That too, yeah. That was a 1995 game. So this idea that
Tifa's stacked.
Well, that too.
Well. This idea that that most of the women is a completely new thing in games is kind of misguided and misinformed, to be honest with you. But
yeah,
whatever.
it is. It's just for some reason people don't like it.
Can I just say that another band of people I'm disappointed in this whole thing? The gaming journalist. Holy cow. If anyone has come out of this whole Last of Us 2 debacle looking the absolute worst, it's the gaming journalist community, because...
Alright,
boy.
With that addressed, let's try to actually, again, like we said in part 2, let's try to focus more on the game itself.
Alright, so we're back in control of Ellie.
Okay. Like I said before, the gameplay is fine for the most part.
It gets better. Right now we're in the prologue part, the tutorial part, so it hasn't opened up yet, but it gets better when we get really going. Right now we're in the tutorial stages, so...
Yeah, this route has its perks. Where do we sign in? Come on.
Yes, the view is very pretty considering the context.
All right. Here's another thing. Ellie has a journal in this game, and usually there's some new entries that can be put in, and we can press touchpad to see it. So let's read Ellie's journal. All right, and look at that. She made a drawing of a tree. How nice. She's amazingly fast. She writes and draws amazingly fast. Jeez. Dina asked if I was going to go to the dance.
Since you're Molly Coyote.
And she touched my arm. Oh, I'm so delusional. Don't be an idiot. She's like that with everybody. Don't fuck up your friendship. Don't fuck up your friendship. Don't fuck up your friendship. Tonight was crazy. I feel scared, elated, anxious. Just gotta sleep it off. We lost the ground to snow. Step on yes. So basically, Dina asked if I was going to go to the dance. She did. Yeah. So basically, Ellie has feelings for Dina. However, she's internally going, don't fuck up your friendship. Don't fuck up your friendship.
Ah, yes, the gay best friend.
Which is weird, because doesn't this technically take place after that?
Honestly, Shiroi, this is even a thing even with heterosexual people.
No, it's more so a joke than anything, because this is legit a trope for this kind of thing, and it's pretty common.
I was actually going to ask, though, doesn't it take place story-wise after, that scene, so shouldn't they kind of already be, No,
that was something that just kind of happened, though. They weren't dating then.
Well, that's a thing, Jova. Again, that scene with the dance, we haven't seen it yet, have we? Because the game is only going to show us in the last hour, like I've mentioned before. You'd think they would have shown... You see, this is exactly my problem with the pacing of this game right from the beginning. They keep mentioning this important scene that we don't get to see until 20 hours after this.
And by that point, most people didn't really care, because let's just say at that point more important things were happening. So congrats, you finally gave us the answer at a point where we don't really care.
Like, imagine if The Last of Us Part 1 skipped over the prologue where Sarah dies. It starts right out after the 20-year time skip, and the characters keep constantly talking about Sarah's death, even though we never actually saw any of it, Like it reeks of bad pacing, because can we actually the characters keep talking about something that the player is not even like, what are they talking about? Who is this person?
It feels like a carrot that the writers are dangling in front of the players.
This is actually a brief subplot that I actually kind of enjoy. Eugene. Basically, there was this old guy, Eugene, that used to be in the settlement but died recently, and he had a bong, as you can see there. And we're going to discover, basically, we're going to do some Uncharted 4 style environmental storytelling to figure out what kind of person Eugene was, even if he's already dead, basically.
Guess that's one thing Naughty Dog still have going for them. At least the good employees.
Okay. Let's see. So basically, we've done the patrol, and this is our first outpost of the patrol. So we have to write that we've been here and report what's been happening recently. So everything's fine. We haven't seen any infected so far, so we should be fine. And yeah, there's actually a full-blown schedule that you can read, but it's very generic stuff. Sometimes there's rain, sometimes there's sunny days, whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's just typical. It's good for detail, don't get me wrong. I know it's good that it's there just for the purpose of adding extra detail to it.
Crap, clickers.
Okay, but
At least that's what Tommy and Joel reported.
for us, we
Also, she is one fast writer.
I know, right? It's like with the journal. Elliot writes at the speed of light. Like
Not only that, but she can draw very quickly. Like I said, she must
She really is like Nate.
she must have taken lessons from Wile E. Coyote and the JoJo family.
With the big tower thing? Yep, that's where the next lookout is.
Yes, it's a lookout tower.
As you know.
Oh boy, yeah, that's okay. So it's, you know, sometimes on rare occasions, as you know, can work because who knows? Maybe there is one or two people in that meeting you're at in a scene might have forgotten something. So maybe that could be a
in real life, people do say that to each other. It's just that as a script writing line. It very rarely comes across as natural because it's just okay. If he knows, then why are you telling him this?
Like the time for that to
what about as you may know or something?
Okay, now as you may know works better because that takes into consideration that the people talking to may not know, so it's productive to inform them of it.
I think it works better if you say well, let me remind you, or something along the that one works even better. I would argue. Or allow me to remind, like one line that I actually have heard in plenty of works.
Japan.
One line that
Yes.
Yeah, she called her horse Japan because we belong to we belong to a Japanese company, I guess. I don't know.
And this is
That's not really a name, but sure.
This is my horse.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there are people who do name their kids after cities or countries or whatever.
Sure, right. This is my horse, Wales. She seems to like you for some reason.
Hey, how even better. Pedro, I want you to meet my dog, Portugal. He's a very nice doggy.
Nice. All right, everybody.
He works very hard.
All right, tune in next time, everybody, where we continue the patrol with Ellie and Dina. So see you then.
All right. See you next time.